Is anything new with Louis and potential contract or trade talk?
No, I mean, as I said earlier yesterday, certainly they have their position and we have ours, and I'd like to find a deal, but hasn't happened till this point. And you guys know me well enough now that I'm not one to be disclosing where those parameters lie.
Has the preference then at all moved away from signing to trading?
It's always going to be about, Louis is a good player. He's having a great season. He's very important for our success, up to date, and we treat it as such. If another team, that I've had several discussions with teams, felt that that was equal on that side of it and the deal was the right fit, then that's something we'd explore. But my preference has been all along to try and sign him and go from there.
Donnie, with a defense that is the back nine of its career for some of it, the prime guys are ideally on a cup contender, maybe bottom pairing guys, and then you have a bunch of development guys. Is some of your motivation right now about trying to make a generational gap here and get guys in the top four who are more in the sweet spot of their career? Is that a motivating factor for you at this time?
Well, I think anybody that has the opportunity to improve their club, be it as you described, a potential top four defenseman, I think they'd be excited to do that. What the cost of that is what we're all balancing. During the last several weeks, I've had a lot of discussions, obviously with 29 other general managers, to see where they're trying to improve their clubs, and the overwhelming thought is that we've stockpiled a number of players that I think that have set this organization up going forward very well, and we've done a very good job this year. Our team has grown along, as we said. I think our players have done a good job, and I think our coaches, have also done a good job. We're in, as we stand right now, we're in a playoff position. I'd like to try and help and support the group, and that's really what it's all about. So,
just a quick follow on that. Then, can you say at this point that the developing defensemen that you began the year with, that at this point now that you've pretty much got the kind of progress you were hoping to see from them? Because it seems like a defense such so many increments of improvement.
Well, there's been ebbs and flows, certainly, and as you expect that with younger players, even with some of our established players. Dennis starting the year injured, certainly didn't help in that regard as well. But if we have a chance to bring in a player that you described that would help our hockey club, we would certainly do it.
Is Donnie in the back? Is Louis planning on playing? Are you planning on playing him tonight, or would he possibly be sitting out just based on trade discussions, everything else?
No, Louis is absolutely playing tonight.
As far as the trade market goes, just what's that been like? What's your read been on it thus far in discussions you've had in general? And what areas have you specifically pinpointed for the team, like that are needs that you would like to fill by Monday at 3 o'clock?
Well, I think the overall depth of the hockey club is something that we want to continue to identify and try and improve. Most of the talks have centered around, draft picks. A lot of prospects have not changed hands here and there. I think this is the time where teams zero in on, not giving up much on their own club if they feel they're in position, and other teams are feeling like they may take a step back and restock, come June. So they're trying to accumulate those. That's sort of where the balance of the talks have been.
Don, just wondering what kind of identity you have seen form with this team over this season, and what direction you'd like to see it go down this final stretch.
Well, I think that we have an area to improve upon is to tighten up a little bit. The last little while, I think that whatever you want to describe it as, shot suppression hasn't been as consistent as we would like it. We found a way. We talked about it earlier on. I think the coaches and the players have all done a great job of finding a way, to be a little more aggressive in some areas, and the goal production has certainly been very positive. People question whether or not we were supposed to. Tuukka's played very well. Gus is, for the most part, played very well throughout the year as well. I think we've balanced the goaltending situation pretty well. And, I don't know if our players have gotten enough credit to date, to tell you the truth. And I think our coaches have been in lockstep with that.
Yeah, Donnie, are you comfortable, is it safe to assume you're comfortable staying pat with this team beyond tomorrow afternoon?
I don't know if anybody's ever comfortable. Maybe Washington because they're out in front. But they're even, trying to tinker. I think everybody's trying to improve their hockey club. And we've said that from day one. Again, it's never a disparaging comment regarding the players you currently have. It's just an opportunity to continue to canvas right up until the deadline to allow you to see if you can improve. And if that means we're giving up draft picks to do that, then that's what we're going to continue to explore to do.
Don, as you go through the exercise of possibly trading Louis, how do you think that would affect the roster, just the ways, and that it would probably be diminished if you have to move a player like that?
Well, I think it would be a significant impact. You realize what Louis' impact on our hockey club is night after night, and it's significant. So we'd have to look to make sure that whether internally we have some guys that can help, but more than likely you have to bring in a player that, whether it's in one move or subsequent moves, that would be able to fill that gap. To me, it would be a big loss for our hockey club, for sure.